We are live. Yes. Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to another video. I am Nina, and today we're going to talk about the 4 most recent dates that I have had, which brings us up to, is it 14? So let's talk about it. Okay, I'm just reconciling here so I don't forget. Okay. Okay, so just had to make some quick notes. Okay, so the 11th date. So this was somebody that I had previously dated, and we decided to break it off because it was not working. And so he wanted us to try again. So that's just some background. So it's not somebody new, it was somebody that I already knew. So the first date was a night on the town, really. So the day that we were able to kind of get together our schedules was the day that I happened to be out with a friend. So we did that. He came over, joined us. We had a lot of fun. The initial plan was to break away from the friend, and I had already had the conversation with her because we had just planned to do a brunch. We hadn't planned to do a whole day event together. So, but when he came and we all just gelled really well, I just had the idea of, okay, let's just party, right? So we all got into party mode and we ended up partying the whole night. It was great. It was fantastic. I had a lot of fun. But it just brought up a point that I would like to bring up over here. So there are people that you will get along with on a certain level, okay? Like certain friendships have certain purposes, okay? As soon as you cross certain boundaries, it becomes a little bit different, okay? So I had never previously been in a situation before with this girl where we're with somebody that I personally knew. I had met people while with her, but I had never been with somebody that I personally knew with her. Do you know what I mean? So the character that I knew, I was like, okay, this is what I know. I can handle this. What is this? So, because some people act very different when there's different energies around, right? And same with men. A man that would usually act a certain way when there's a different dynamic in the picture will act differently. So I think for me over here, as much as this was somebody that I wasn't really crazy about, but somebody that I was willing to meet up with and talk to, um, it just kind of made me feel, and I think it kind of taught me something that was probably best learned with, like I said, somebody that I wasn't necessarily like crazy about, right? But it really made me realize that, as excuse me, as women, sometimes we can be too trusting of other people and not realize that they're actually out to sabotage us. They're actually out to, you know, um, they're not really there to be supportive in a friendship circle. So, and over and above that, if a person behaves a certain way that goes against, everything that you are working so hard to learn, you have to make decisions. So for me, the thing was, her behavior was a little bit trashy. And it just made me very uncomfortable because I knew people were watching. I mean, we're in public, and I knew that this person that knew me was now getting a different perception of me because you get associated with people that are seen with. So if you are hanging out with somebody who behaves a certain way, it's assumed that you also must have that in you because what else is bringing you guys together, right? So I'm working very hard to, you know, um, raise my class and raise my status and raise my whole game. It's very kind of destructive to be with somebody who is not on the same goal because at certain points in time, what we do is going to be so different. And unfortunately, I may be associated with that just by virtue of being physically in the same vicinity as this person. So that was a really deep revelation for me. But I definitely took it to heart, and it's something that you build your reputation over a lifetime, and it takes a minute for it to just wash away. So you have to be very careful about who you're spending your time with. So that's what date number 11 taught me. Excuse me. And then the following date with this gentleman was in a Greek restaurant, and that was really, really good. Oh my goodness. I think I skipped. No, I did account for that date. I thought I skipped a restaurant. Okay, so this wasn't the first Greek restaurant. The first Greek restaurant I went to is on, I think it's probably date number 8, I'm thinking. So this was a different one. This one was in Bryanston. And so it was, the tapas as they have them. I think that's what they call them, tapas. And it's just like, the little bowls and the little bits and, pieces of food or whatever. And then you kind of eat it at the table as, little finger foods, and you kind of put it all on your plate and eat it a bit at a time or whatever. That was really good. I'm actually really enjoying Greek food. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's just, I love the style of eating it. I love the flavor, the whole social aspect of it, the fact that you're all sharing and breaking bread. It's really beautiful. And it's so casual, but it's also very, I don't know, it's like, I like it. It's fun. So we did that. Um, Then my next date was from the site. It was at Waterfall, right? We met for breakfast. Now, already when he said breakfast, I was like, And the reason why I felt that way is because breakfast for me, I mean, it's an okay first date, right? For me, it's just so stressful because you have to get ready early, which means like you have to really be on time because y- you really don't have that much time to you know work with. So I don't really like breakfast dates. I actually think I'm going to start turning them down because they're a lot of work, and you get there, you have breakfast, and after breakfast you're like all energized and you're like, okay, now I want to do something, and there's really nothing to do because you just came from a date, and what are you gonna do? So it's just it's not fun, and you're just gonna have tea. I'd rather have tea at home. But anyway, it was a breakfast date. So I went there. The gentleman was really, really nice. He was a academic. So, he was a little bit shy, which I thought was a little bit cute. And he was a little bit older, a little much older. Than me, but we had really nice, easy, very casual kind of conversation. I liked the restaurant that he picked. I thought it was a very nice restaurant. He picked Life Grand Cafe. That was really, really nice, and you know, it was cozy, it was intimate, it was beautiful. The music, the ambience, and everything was really really cool. But like I said, getting up for breakfast just to come and have a cup of tea and some eggs is it's tedious. I'd rather get out for lunch or for dinner. It's just more fun. But anyway, so we did that, and that was great. So he wanted a second date, which we did, I think, 2 days later. And we drove out to Harties. And we were supposed to go on the cableway, but because he arrived so late, by the time we got there, it was useless really going up because the waiting time to actually even get to go up was longer than the time that we're even gonna get to spend up there, right? So I was like, that's pointless. Let's just go and have a nice lunch somewhere. So we decided to do that. We got a really nice, cool spot overlooking the dam. It's a place called the Champagne Gardens, and it's really, really beautiful. So we spent the afternoon over there. We had some prawns and some drinks. The food was okay. I think for me, it wasn't the best, right? Yeah, I think the food could have definitely been better. My prawns wouldn't get off their shells, so half the time, I had shells in my mouth, which was just very disturbing and not pleasant. But other than that, the seasoning and everything was fine, and the whole atmosphere was really really nice. Yeah, so that was a really great day as well, and we had a nice drive. Well, I would say we had a nice drive. We would have had a really nice drive as well, except he refused to use the GPS. And we got lost a couple of times, which was really unnecessary. Yeah, I didn't enjoy that at all. As a result, I actually opted to not see him ever again, just because for me, I just felt like, I mean, I know men don't like using GPS all the time and blah, 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 but I mean, if you don't know where you're going and the place that you're driving at is a little bit uncomfortable, then perhaps resort to that, especially because you're not traveling alone. Just a little bit of consideration because I was very uncomfortable. And, I did let him know I'm uncomfortable, but that kind of didn't really resolve anything. He still insisted on navigating his own way. So I was not happy with that. I just felt like it was a little bit inconsiderate and dangerous. Like we're driving in a place that we both don't know and we're driving in circles. Like, what if something happens? Why can't we just use a GPS? So, yeah, that wasn't very nice. So, that was the last date that I had, and that was probably about a week ago. So this week I've just been taking it easy, taking a break, trying to make these videos for you guys. So let me know if you like this one. Give me a thumbs up, and I'll do more date reviews for you guys and do more restaurant reviews as well. Check out the restaurants that I've mentioned. I'm in no way affiliated with them, but some of them are really, really nice, so they're worth checking out. And I'm going to leave that video right over here. Share, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Okay?